So that's where I am in this situation. So I said, okay. And then we had a meeting in the Wynn Community Centre, and there was over 250 people at the meeting from all over, Wicklow, Carlow, and they all find themselves in the same situation, their families. As I said to you, I spoke to a lady, her daughter was in a relationship that wasn't so good. So they got together, tubbed together, and put a mobile home for her. Now they had her where they could, and it was at the back of the house. But a month later, bang, bang on the door. Council officials, somebody for whatever reason, best known to themselves, decided that they would complain. So they're saying now that it has to come down.
Was that like you? It was a private property where they just purchased a mobile home for their family member?
Like, I thought the bad old days of the evictions were long gone. But no, as I said in one interview, we've substituted the English language and we've substituted it for council language. So why should I not be able to live my life out here? I'm not harming anybody.
And you've mentioned that there's been a large outpouring of public support. Is there a lot of people in similar circumstances to yourself?
What the feedback I'm getting from all over the country is, I said I got a card this morning from a guy from the West Cork to say that it's rife down there. People just can't get off the property ladder. They can't get in there. Like if you pay your daughter, we say further down the line, 1,200-1,800, like it's crazy. You're never going to own a house.
Yeah.
But if they were allowed...
I've said this as well, guys. A lot of people talk about, like, I'm 28. I have friends and stuff living with like 4 or 5 other people. That's not living. You should have your own place. Like when I went to Canada, when I went to different countries, everybody owned their own place. They had like, it was a small apartment or whatever, like in a block of apartments, but it was still owning their own place. Here we don't have that. So forget about it. If you're under 30, forget about owning your own home. You have to do some sort of entrepreneurialism, okay? You have to, like this channel or something, guys. Start up YouTube or Instagram, fitness training, something like that. Because you will not own your own home now in Ireland 2024. Like, it's pretty sad. People say, oh, of course you will. Maybe. Try find a house, like.
To have one of these, and you can put it up, and as I said before, not just thrown together with pallets or something, done pretty okay.
It's class.
Like, therefore the son from the family could live there. Now instead of that €1,800 going to a landlord, he can put that 1,800 away. So every month passes now, he's squirreled away a few quid. Now he's got a deposit.
Oh, yeah.
Now he can get on this so-called property ladder. So then the next...
And you don't really own your property. I'll talk about that for another video, but you don't really own your property ever, guys. You don't really own anything. You know, I don't own anything. I said that in the last video. So nothing's in my name. And I probably intend to keep it that way, guys. I'm not going to lie.
Sibling coming down the line, his sister can do exactly the same thing. I think it's a wonderful idea with the housing crisis that we have here. But my point would be that why can they have one law for everybody else and the government say they can build all these modular units all over the country and it's okay without planning?
Do you feel that you're being treated as a second class citizen, as an Irish man in your own country?
I think in my own country, I think I'm being treated quite unfairly.
Yeah, that's scandalous, because it actually breaks my heart, because, like, say what you want, people make fun of me in this channel. Oh, this guy's not Irish. I am Irish, but I mean, this guy's obviously more so, right? His whole family's lived here for decades, like, you know, like, he himself 65 years old, like, he's lived here his whole life, like, but, like, it's actually just, bro, it's so unfair that people get treated like that in their own place. I know we can argue about, oh, well, you know, we should be allowing whatever people to come in, but the thing is, guys, if you born and raised here, whatever, right, and you're living here your whole life, like, you should be treated by your country well, like, you know, better than people that just come for a couple of years. Like, it should be like, okay, you get first. They do that in places like Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, they do that. Like, they treat their people, okay, we'll take care of these people first, and then we'll take care of everybody else. That's like, you know, put your life mask on first, put your air on first, and then help your family when you're on the airplane. You have to help yourself first, and then you can help everybody else around you. You know, I don't know, guys. It's like we have this backwards idea in Ireland. It's just crazy.
Like, I never asked anybody for anything down along the line. I took this on board myself, and I made a home for myself without asking for anything. So they say that, no, they're not happy with this. Like, as I said, it shouldn't happen. The Constitution of Ireland says that it's your basic rights as a human being in this state to have a roof over your head, something to eat, be warm, and have clean air to breathe. But they're knocking all this in one go. But yet it's okay for them to do it without planning.
I know that
so there can't be a two-tier system. It just doesn't work for me.
I agree with that, guys. There has to be logically consistent. You know, you have to be logically consistent with all your arguments, with all your developments. If people are able to get houses without planning permission, then this guy shouldn't have planning permission. I would just personally not even have planning permission. All right, just if it looks ridiculous, like you know, if you're trying to build like a flipping whatever, like skyscraper and flipping, you know, Tipperary or something, obviously that's probably not going to be the best. Like, you can object to it. But if the guy's just trying to build on his own land, like, yeah, absolutely, sign off on that. If I was in power, I'd hear him, I'd say, what happened? Okay, sign off on that. Boom, right there, done. Business. I'm a businessman. These people in our government, and I'm not saying they're like left-wing hippies, like, but they're not very good with business, guys. That's why I was telling you we have to vote for some kind of conservative government, because I'm not that conservative as a guy, but we have to vote conservative because they aren't doing anything about the housing crisis. We need houses. We need to bring people in here to do good business. You know, we have to do better business in this country. It's an absolute disgrace, man.
I know that Maddie McGrath has brought your case to the attention of the Dáil and to the media. Has anybody else stood up for you or tried to help you?
County Gains News Network is standing up for you as well, brother. I think my last video only got like 3,000 views, but hopefully this one gets more.
Actually, Mountain Brown, and how initially it kicked off as a friend of mine, Councillor Niall Denny. I'd known him for a long, long time. And he said, Sean, like, I'm walking in now to Castle Court. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows what I'm there for. So I just got done this on my own. But once Niall got on board, Matty Gray and his daughter Maureen got involved. And they highlighted. And then the feedback was unreal. People are saying, my daughter's the same, my son is the same. So it kind of took off from there. So I thought, okay, if I've started this, okay, as I said earlier, I'm not looking forward to the prospect of going to Limerick jail. But if I can make a stand on this and they can go and say, they can change the thing, do a moratorium or something to give people in my situation all over the country a bit of leeway, that they can make a home for themselves without being dependent on anybody.
And you said that today is the D-Day for you to get
basically that's what I call it, a D-Day.
And you're expecting that the guards could show up here and essentially arrest you at any moment, is that correct?
Yeah, I think the principle how they work it is, obviously they're not going to give me 4 notice when they're coming. So they could arrive on at 6 o'clock in the morning with council officials, Garda, whoever. And I think how it works is they would take me out of the equation, they would arrest me. For what? And then they would put me in the Garda car and take me to whatever station, and then they would proceed to take my home down. It's not fair.
That's scandalous, lads. This is like terrifying stuff. I know I'd be laughing because it's just comical, man. I just find this straight comical. You know, personally, as a young man, okay, I always thought that I could, if all else failed in my life, I could build a modular home at the back of my house because we have a lot. You know, we have like an acre of land or like half an acre or whatever. And I'm not saying it's a failure to own a mobile home. I'm saying it's actually really good. 40 or 50,000. That's pretty good for a home. You know, I look at some of these homes and they're 300, 400, 500,000. I'm like, your house sucks. Like, your house sucks. You're just giving all your money to the government, and it's just ridiculous. And the banks, it's just, no, dude, I don't want to do that.
Not justice, not the system, not the country I was born into.
And on what happens, like, say, for example, they do lock you up and they do take your home down, what happens then? Are you're left homeless, is it?
I'm homeless, so I come back to a derelict site, like my possessions and stuff, as I said, like, whatever I have, you've been in there, it's my own. What gives them the right to come here and break down my front door and take my possessions?
And has the council tried to offer you any alternative accommodation while they've been telling you that you can't live here on your own land?
I didn't hear anything for 3 years. All I got was letters of enforcement and sheriffs and stuff like that. But when
sheriffs, man, what the hell is this country turning into? This country's turning into the damn Wild West with your damn sheriffs.
This thing started to break a bit, lo and behold, Monday morning, in the box, I had a letter to say that I was now on the council housing list. But they say, unfortunately, they don't have any accommodation for me at the minute. And
that is a firehouse. This is like something you'd see in one of those like Wild West movies, like just out in the middle of nowhere, Irish flag flying. This is class. What a class picture right here, guys.
Then they said something about a HAP scheme or something that put me on that.
And would they not, like, say, for example, let you continue living here until they do have a property for you, and then...
No.
It's so wild how they'll make taxpayers pay for him to be on the HAP scheme, pay for him to be taking from the state, which is fine if you need a single mother, whatever, that's fine, okay, of course, I'm not this crazy guy. But, like, he doesn't need that. Like, he's done it himself, guys. The dude's a man. He's a man. He got his house together. He got it with his own money. He built it with his own goddamn hands. And now they're trying to get him back on the government scheme. Like, well, what sort of country is this coming to? This is ridiculous, bro. You shouldn't even need planning permission. This is a joke, bro. Like, no, dude. There should be some discretion involved in this. Discretion, you know?
No. As I say, like, you've been here, you're inside, it looks okay. Why go through all that for what? It doesn't make sense. I never asked them anything. Like, they can pay money out for whatever. But it's not good. So they left me alone here, live out my life, and somebody else wanted to do one of these. Why not?
So you have housed yourself through your own effort and your own ingenuity, and yet they want you to take this away and then take up a house eventually that someone else could live in.
Yeah, I think they're doing a precedent here that if I do this, which I have done, and I think the judge basically shot himself in the foot on the 14th of December to threaten me with 4 months in Limerick jail. He thought I would scurry off home here and get all the boys back again, and we take this down. But for me to take it down, whether you know yourself like this, I sleep in the van. It doesn't make sense. I can use this for storage. So I can go in and out here, but comes at night, I got to go back in the van. Well, it's a pretty strange scenario to me. But as the judge said, the law is the law. But they can change the law.
In terms of...
And actually, that's what I would do if I was in power. I would just change the law. I'd be like, okay, this obviously situation isn't good for our people. Okay, the people don't like this. Let's change the law somehow. You know, legislators and people like that. You can change it. It's not that hard. But people are just so like... I mean, they tried to change the Constitution a week ago with the yes-no vote with the flipping taking women out of the Constitution. So why can't they change it now? Like, it's just... Bro, it's just crazy. It's a money racket, guys. People don't understand. This is a money racket.
Like, how long has this situation been going on? You said
5 years.
5 years. That you've been hearing for the council for 5 years that you're not to be here.
It's probably running out. Probably the last 3 years they've really put the emphasis on it.
So you've been here for 5 years, and of that three they've
years
been... Okay.
I've been at this. I've had communications for them, but it's always court appearances, sheriffs. All this thing has been going on, and lo and behold, then Monday morning, now I'm on a council housing list, which is probably as long as my arm and yours. I'll never get a house now. So in the meantime...
Dude, that housing list, no, I'm not on that. Like, who the hell is even on that housing list? Like, that takes, like, years. Like I said, if you're a single mother with kids, yeah, all right? But I'm a fully grown man, all right? I can work, I can do shit with my you know, with my talents that I have. Intelligent guy, I can work hard with my hands, build stuff, create something. Why would I want to be on a scheme? That's, like, demeaning, you know what I mean?
I've nowhere to live.
And what has the stress of that been like?
I tell you one thing, it's pretty tough going. As I said to you earlier, like, I never signed up for this. You know, I just wanted to be left alone. I came out of the situation I was in, came here with my dogs and stuff, and live out the rest of my life in peace and quiet. And I thought it was okay because it was a modular unit. I could open this and take it out. But they're just, bang, they're saying, no, Sean, you're not going to do this. And if you break the law, and actually, they said I would have a criminal record. So how can I have a criminal record for building a home for myself? If I'd been younger and I wanted to go to the States or something, I can't go.
Yeah.
Now I have a criminal record. This is a crazy country.
If you could...
Dude, that's powerful. I got goosebumps. What a crazy country it is. They're going to give this guy at 65 years old a criminal record. Like, what? Oh, this is just disgraceful, man. This is just disgraceful, honestly. Bullshit corner. Yeah, this is just a BS. This is BS, guys.
Say something to the people that are trying to get you away from your home that you've made for yourself here. What would you say to them?
I would say it doesn't make sense. If they can just, they make the laws. They say the law is the law. So why can't they just change it, as Matty said in the Dawn? Leo Varadkar said nobody has a veto on who lives next to them in rural country areas or villages. But so they're using the Tipperary County Council are using that veto against me. As
that's a good point.
A citizen of the state. I can't live here. So they're prepared to make me homeless to put a pint across. Wow, I think is absolute madness. But, as the judge said, John, the law is the law. Bring a bag, you had enough. So they have to, for everybody else coming down the line, I don't see why they can't do this. Now my point being, for me and everybody else is okay. Now fair enough, I can go with that. But why am I getting cut out for this and all the other people down the line? Most people down the line won't say anything. Because I know people that have these, and they're afraid to put their head over the parapet in case somebody's going to say, oh, they live there. Somebody, for whatever reason, known to themselves, will say if somebody didn't like the person. And they say, well, okay, I can solve that problem. All I got to do is make a phone call. Now, he's homeless. No. Cade Mila Falta? I don't think so.
Oh, man, that is a powerful article. I swear to God, every time I watch Gripped, guys, their articles get better and better. Their reviewing of people, everything's just amazing. So go over, like, comment, share their page. They got 36,000 subscribers. I remember watching them when they had like 500 subscribers. They're blowing up, guys. So go follow Gripped Media. Yeah, Kate Mila Falsha, not anymore, man. You know, absolute disgrace, man. Absolute disgrace. Like I said, there should be some discretion. There should be some individual that comes around and checks on, okay, is this okay? No problem. Now, if someone's obviously making a mess of the place, he's making it terrible, is like setting up camp and just doing craziness there, taking drugs, whatever, doing crazy stuff, then yeah, that's not good. But, you know, there should be some discretion involved with this, guys. This is just, it's unbelievable. I can't even believe it, man. Like, unbelievable, man. Let me know what you all think. I hope this video wasn't too long. I know it's 30 minutes long, but yeah, absolutely disgraceful, guys. Tell me in the comments what you think is happening, guys. Like I said, it's all a big psyop, man. It's the same thing. You know, they'll house people without flipping planning permission, which is fine. If you do that, that's fine. But then let him do it as well. Like, just like have one, you know, have the same rule for everybody. Be logically consistent. You know, don't be just flipping saying one rule for one person and another rule for another person. It doesn't work like that way. I hate it, man. It actually makes me feel sad, guys. Honestly, that's terrible. I love you guys all. Stay free. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.